Hello everyone and welcome to our channel. Today we're going to delve into a fascinating yet controversial topic, Japan's hidden sex industry, the shocking truth behind geishas and more. Join us on this journey to discover the realities behind the traditional image of geishas and how Japanese culture has given rise to a complex sex industry. If you're interested in learning more about this intriguing world, be sure to give the video a thumbs up and subscribe so you don't miss any of our future explorations. Let's get started. Japan is a country that blends tradition and modernity, where ancient temples coexist with futuristic skyscrapers. However, behind its facade of respect for culture and aesthetics lies a complex sex industry that has been the subject of fascination and controversy. From geishas, who represent a romantic and artistic image of Japanese culture, to the numerous forms of adult entertainment, the reality of the sex trade in Japan is far more intricate than many imagine. Japanese culture is rich and multifaceted, characterized by its deep connection to tradition and modernity. Geishas, for example, are emblematic of Japanese culture, representing an art form that combines entertainment with elegance. However, their role is often misunderstood. Although they are performers who offer companionship and entertainment, their relationship to sexuality has been the subject of debate. The perception of sexuality in Japan is ambivalent. While there is a strong stigma attached to sex work, there is also a tacit acceptance of various forms of adult entertainment as part of everyday life. Among the curiosities surrounding this industry is the phenomenon of host clubs and soaplands. Host clubs are establishments where women pay for the company of attractive men who provide them with attention and conversation. On the other hand, soaplands offer bathing and massage services with a sexual focus. These practices reflect not only a demand for companionship, but also a desire to escape the social and work pressures that characterize life in Japan. The history of the sex trade in Japan dates back centuries. During the Edo period, pleasure houses known as yukaku flourished in cities such as Edo, present-day Tokyo, and Kyoto. In these houses, women offered companionship to men in exchange for money. Although these practices were regulated by the government, they were also seen as an integral part of urban life. Geisha emerged in this context as a more refined form of entertainment. Unlike sex workers in the yukaku, geisha were performers trained in music, dance, and conversation. Their role was to provide companionship to wealthy men without necessarily engaging in sexual relations. However, over time, the line between art and sex trade has become blurred. As Japan modernized in the 20th century, the sex industry also evolved. The American occupation after World War II brought with it a number of social and cultural changes. The rise of tourism and the arrival of American soldiers created a market for the sex trade that had not previously existed. During this period, new forms of adult entertainment emerged, such as pink films, erotic films that gained popularity in the 1960s. As the country moved into the age of consumerism, the sex industry began to diversify further. Soaplands and host clubs became popular options for those seeking escapism in an urban setting. Geisha are perhaps the most iconic figures associated with Japanese culture. However, their role has often been misunderstood. Although they are performers who provide entertainment through music and dance, they have also been linked to the sex trade. In the past, some geisha offered sexual services to their clients, which has led to confusion about their true role. Today, geisha continue to be a symbol of Japanese cultural heritage. However, their numbers have declined dramatically due to social and economic changes. Young Japanese women often opt for more conventional careers, leaving this ancient tradition behind. Despite this, some continue to pursue this profession as a way to preserve Japanese art and culture. Training to become a geisha is rigorous and involves years of dedication. Aspiring geisha must learn skills such as traditional dance, tea art, and refined conversation. This dedication to the art has led many to view their work as a form of cultural expression rather than a means of earning an income. Host clubs are a unique form of nighttime entertainment in Japan. At these establishments, wealthy women pay for the company of attractive men who offer them conversation and personalized attention. Often, the hosts are well-dressed young men who have been trained to please their female clients. The experience at a host club can be very different from what one might expect. It is not always about sexual relations, rather it is about creating an environment where women can feel desired and appreciated. This phenomenon reflects the social pressures faced by many women in Japan, where work and family expectations can be overwhelming. Host clubs have managed to capture the attention of not only only locals but also foreign tourists, who see in them a unique cultural experience. Behind the glamour, however, lies a harsh reality. Many hosts work long hours and must adhere to strict standards to maintain their clientele. The experience at a host club can be very different from what one might expect. It is not always about sexual relations. Rather, it is about creating an environment where women can feel desired and appreciated. This phenomenon reflects the social pressures faced by many women in Japan, where work and family expectations can be overwhelming. Host clubs have managed to capture the attention of not only locals, but also foreign tourists, who see in them a unique cultural experience. Behind the glamour, however, lies a harsh reality. Many hosts work long hours and must adhere to strict standards to maintain their clientele. Soaplands are another controversial aspect of the Japanese sex industry. These establishments offer bathing and massage services with an erotic focus. Workers are often dressed in provocative clothing and provide personalized attention to clients in a relaxing environment. Soapland's popularity is partly due to their clandestine nature. Although regulated by the government, they operate in a gray area where laws regarding sex work are ambiguous. This has led to concerns about exploitation and human trafficking within this industry. Workers in soaplands often come from vulnerable backgrounds and can face precarious working conditions. Despite this, some find these jobs a way to earn quick money and help their families. However, it is essential to approach these issues from a critical perspective to understand the social dynamics that perpetuate this situation. Hold on, folks. If you are enjoying this journey through Japan's hidden sex industry and find the information we are sharing valuable, we ask that you give the video a like and share it with your friends. Your support is critical in helping us continue to explore important topics and give voice to stories that are often ignored. Now, let's move on and discover more about the complexities and realities behind geishas and other surprising aspects of this industry. Let's go. Despite the glamour associated with certain aspects of the sex trade in Japan, the reality for many workers is harsh. Women who enter this industry often come from disadvantaged backgrounds and face significant challenges. Social stigmatization and lack of resources can make it difficult to break out of the cycle of sex work. In addition, many sex workers face significant risks, including violence and exploitation. They often lack access to adequate healthcare and legal services due to the stigma associated with their profession. Non-governmental organizations are working to address these issues, but much remains to be done to ensure the rights and safety of these women. Sex work can also have deep psychological repercussions. Many workers suffer from mental health issues due to the stress and social stigma associated with their occupation. Lack of adequate emotional support can exacerbate these issues, creating a cycle that is difficult to break. The sex trade has a significant impact on Japanese society. On the one hand, it generates income for many families and contributes to the local economy. However, it also perpetuates stigmas and social inequalities that affect sex workers. The rise of sex tourism has led to concerns about how Japan is perceived abroad. While some see the country as an exotic destination for adult entertainment, we hope that this video has provided you with a new perspective on the scandalous truth behind geishas and other lesser-known aspects of this culture. If you found it interesting, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and activate the bell to stay up to date with our future explorations. We would also love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Your voice is very important in this conversation. Thanks for joining us, and see you next time.